Jack, head coach and owner at Mad Hatters. This video is to help get you started in your first class. I'm going to be answering some frequently asked questions along the way as well. The first question I get asked is, how do I get started? Well, that's simple. You book in on the class for your free trial class, you turn up and one of our coaches will meet you on arrival. You'll come into the gym, you'll see the reception area, the receptionist will tell you where to go. You'll turn up mat side, you'll be directed to the changing rooms, you can get yourself changed. If you don't have a gi, and I'll explain what a gi is later, you can borrow one of our higher gis. They're freshly washed, and we have a lot of different sizes to fit everybody. Do I need to buy expensive equipment? The answer to that is no. It's relatively cheap to get set up now, and it's a lot cheaper than it ever used to be. So what I'm going to show you here is a gi. This is what I'm on about when I talk about the gi, and this is just the gi jacket. And this gi will set you back about £50, and it actually comes with a white belt. And this leads me on to the next question. People ask me, what belt do I start at? Do I have to be given a belt? Well, these gis actually come with a white belt, and that's what you are when you start. Am I going to get injured doing this? Am I going to get hurt? I've done jiu-jitsu for over 20 years now, and yes, I have injuries from jiu-jitsu, and yes, I have injuries from sitting on the couch and picking up my 2-year-old. There's a risk of getting injured, but not any greater than most of the other things we do anyway. So when you turn up, you'll be given a gi to borrow, so everyone's wearing the gis. You'll be lined up at the beginning of the class. You'll have an explanation of what we'll do in the class, which will involve a warm-up of some kind. We like to vary the warm-ups. Then you'll be doing techniques, so it'll be a takedown, a submission, a transition from one of the positions. Then what we like to do is we try out the techniques with a little bit of resistance, so we can practice with our partner and we can have a play around with the techniques. And then at the end of the session, there's the opportunity to go live with the techniques, so we can start grappling with your partner. And this is optional for the first few classes. So another question that I get asked, and usually this one comes later, but some people have done their research before, which is absolutely great, and worry about tying their belt. Now, the truth be told, in your first class, nobody will judge you on a poorly tied belt. Focus more on the technique and make sure people are safe and enjoying it, and we're making a good environment. However, this is a question and I'd like to answer it. So, unfortunately, what I have here is a small belt, and I'm a bigger guy, so we can run through sizing later. But this is how we do it up. So it would go round from the front to back, and then you have two ends. Okay, just for the size of it, I'm going to go from back to here. Okay, so you can see me tie it up. First thing we do is try and keep the belt as flat as possible, and we do one to our body, and then the other one will just go over the top there. Okay, so it's crossed over like that. The one on top will go underneath, and we just address it a little bit, and then we have this over under knot. Then we pull the next two together, so one over, one under. The higher one goes over the lower one, then comes up the bottom, and we pull out to the side, and then we just tie it there. And you'll know you've done it well if there's like a little hooded knot there.